are now listening to Lauer Road Radio.
Hey, welcome one and all to the #1 podcast, winter, spring, and fall. Talking sports for the thrill of it all. Hey, talking life, but we're killing it all. Jason and Dan with the master plan. These are dangerous men with the mic in the hand. Bonafide winners everywhere that we go. You're a part of the team.
Lauer Radio.
Dad light, thug light, bright lights in sight. All right. What? Dad light, thug light, bright lights in sight. All right. Yeah. Dad light, thug light, bright lights in sight. All right. Bonafide winners everywhere that we go. You're a part of the team.
Lauer Radio.
Let's get it. What?
At Tanagra, when the walls fell, this is Dan Owings coming at you another time for Lauer Road Radio with my co-host, as always, Jason.
I'm back on keto.
Awesome. So
Listen, this is 100% keto.
Okay.
It's a coffee with light ice and heavy cream. No syrup.
So you'll be on keto for at the most a week.
1 week, yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
At which point I'm going to carb cycle next week.
Just honestly, just like they write it up. You know what I mean? You're a buy the textbook kind of guy.
Textbook.
So we've been leading up to this. Well, I think the first time we maybe mentioned it was maybe 2 weeks ago.
I think like a month ago you told me about Nate's podcast.
Yeah.
I'd never heard of the guy.
Mm-hmm. Nate Bargatze. He was just in Columbus.
I know. We should have went.
And in his podcast, he was talking about how he went to the Columbus Zoo when he was here. We could have had like a best friend day.
Yeah.
You know, normally we don't have that light on. Let's turn it off.
I don't know.
Let's just let the people see.
Oh my gosh. Oh.
Stella, how we doing? It's fine, she says.
We have a guest in the studio tonight.
I just felt like my head was shiny. Yes. Michaela is my daughter, and she was like, Dad, I really want to know what you do. I'm interested in and I just want more dad time, you know?
Daddy-daughter time.
Yeah, she's really needy like that. And so she decided to come in. And
Well, I was wondering, because, I mean, I'm proud of my daughter. I bring her everywhere.
Yeah.
And you hide yours at home.
Well, it's not hard to hide her. She hides herself.
Oh.
So
I guess Stella does that too sometimes.
yeah.
So next week,
Yeah.
I'm going to eat
Yes, you are.
36
Well, you're going to
donuts.
try.
No, I'm going to do it.
Here's the thing, Jason.
I'm going to eat 36
I texted you
donuts.
earlier this week.
Yeah.
So my wife, on the way to the office the other day, stopped by Andrew's Pastries,
Yes.
which is my favorite donut, personally.
It's a very good donut.
It's a good donut.
There's a gas station in Worcester that sells Amish donuts. Like they bring them in.
An Amish donut is a different thing. It's good.
Fantastic.
I got no problem with an Amish donut, okay?
Now, nobody can eat 36 Amish donuts.
Nobody can eat 36 Amish donuts. No,
They're
I don't
heavy.
think so.
Yeah.
No, like the Long Johns.
Yeah, no.
One of those, and I'm like out.
Yeah.
So, anyway, she stopped by Andrew's Pastries, and Andrew's, if you didn't know, you can get like a bag of like pieces of donuts where it's just stuff. It's fresh. It's
I didn't
good,
know that.
but it's like $1 for like a bag of them.
Do they just break apart when they cook them, or
Yeah, I don't know.
do they purposely break them apart?
It's pieces. I don't know.
The equivalent of Timbits.
Yeah, except they're not. They do donut holes there. You could buy those. But they're about the size. But sometimes they're clumped together, and it's just, but it's the exact same thing.
For $1?
For $1, you can get like a bag of them.
If I'd known that, I'd never gone on
So
keto.
she stopped by, and I probably ate the equivalent of 3 donuts worth of those things.
Yeah.
With my coffee. And once I was eating the last one, I was like, man, I don't think I can eat anymore, And that's when it hit me. You're going to be eating 36. Now, I would say that was the equivalent of maybe 5 Krispy Kremes.
Okay.
Because the Krispy Kreme donut is not as big. We're just doing the regular. We're not
Just
doing
a
cream
regular-
filled.
yeah, no.
Just a regular round Krispy Kreme donut. I would say it was about 5.
Yeah.
And it just hit me like 36
It's a lot.
is a lot of donuts.
Listen, I've done, personally, a dozen Tim Hortons donuts. Like full size.
and that's a
regular.
bigger donut.
It's a bigger donut. I've done a dozen.
That might be the equivalent of 2 dozen just regular Krispy Kremes.
Right. So that's my benchmark.
2 dozen.
Well, I've done a dozen Tim Hortons donuts. My thought is, if I could do a dozen of that, I could easily do 2 dozen Krispy Kreme. Easily 2 dozen Krispy Kreme. And that last dozen is, for pride.
So next week we're going to have my friend on the show, Matt Neff.
Yeah.
And
he's kind of my friend too.
Okay. So he's going to be on the show, and I'll be interviewing him. We'll do our own Mount Rushmores, our own. Matt's really into video games. He's really into like 80s cartoons.
Yeah.
We'll do our own Mount Rushmores. We'll do the Mount Rushmore of Saturday morning 1980s cartoons.
Okay.
Next week with him. And we might do
Gummy Bears.
a Mount.
Bouncing here and there and everywhere.
That's on Disney Plus now.
High Adventures. Yeah, we tried to watch it.
I watched it just for the
liked
song.
Yeah.
And then once the song's over, same thing for DuckTales. Sometimes I'll just turn this song for... Yeah, I mean, the DuckTales song is, like, amazing.
Yeah.
It gets me right there.
Yeah.
So anyway, Matt will be on next week. He's excited, and we'll be talking to him. Matt makes me laugh. He's a funny guy.
Yeah.
And so it'll be lots of fun. And, once upon a time, Matt and I, we had our own podcast.
It was better than this one.
Substantially, But so we'll be reviving, the old 99 Lives podcast. But anyway, so Matt and I, and the whole time you'll be sitting in between us or on one side?
I think you'll sit here, Matt will sit there, and I'll sit here.
Okay.
This is my comfort zone.
Okay.
Plus, I got to run the board.
Okay.
So I'm going to eat the donuts here.
Mm-hmm.
You and Matt are going to talk.
Yep.
And then every time I eat one, I'm going to ring the bell.
36 times. And our show is 52 minutes.
So I got to average like
just over one every other minute. Like one every minute
90
and a
seconds.
Half. Yeah, I'd say one every 90 seconds. I mean, I've not done the math, but that feels right to me.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's a pretty good pace.
90 seconds. I mean,
I could do one a minute for the first dozen.
Oh, easy. And I think that's what you need to do. And then you set yourself on that pace.
Yeah.
And then the last two dozen, you got 2 minutes per, maybe 3 minutes per.
Yeah.
So
I definitely think I'll slow down as I go.
Well, that's when you're gonna get in trouble. I think honestly,
just as fast as
the
I
best
can.
bet
just
would
devour
just be
them.
Joey Chestnut those things and get them as quick as you can. I think that's your best bet because then you won't know how full you are.
Yeah.
But if over 52 after half an hour of just eating donuts nonstop, you're gonna be like,
could you
it's
drive me
gonna
home?
hit you. Yeah, I was planning on it.
Okay.
I think I should drive you home.
Yeah.
I don't feel comfortable with you driving home. So that's next week. We're looking forward to it. I already had people talking to me about it. I think some people are putting bets down as to whether you can
over
or not.
under. What's the over under?
Oh, we should set an over under.
Yeah.
I mean,
listen, 36 is the goal.
36 is the goal. I would say the over under for me, if you were making me set
2 dozen.
I would have said just over 2 dozen. So I'd have said maybe 26, 27, somewhere around there.
I think that's a good over under. If people are going to put bets,
Yeah.
I think that's
Because here's the thing. If you get to 32,
I'll push through.
you're going to get to 36.
Yeah.
But if you're at 27 and you're like, I'm done. You know what I mean? Like I can't eat 9 more of these.
Yeah.
Like maybe 3 more, but I know I can't eat 9 more.
Right.
It's like on Alone. You like the show Alone.
Yeah.
I just watched a season.
It's fantastic.
Actually, maybe this is an okay time I have something to admit to you.
Okay.
I'm not proud of this, okay? I'm not proud of it. But we doing okay, Stella?
I need to plug the meat in.
Oh, yeah, let's do that pretty quick. Like,
some things are going to move around.
forgot to plug the camera in here.
For us, we're the kind of YouTube show that we like our camera to run the whole time. I mean, for some people, they do different things. You know what I mean? But for us, it's important that it's powered the whole time. So. Camera's probably shaking a little bit, but a lot of behind the scenes stuff for people today.
Yeah. Is it plugged in?
Real.
Okay. Do you need to adjust it? I think this is a good time just to show the people what everything looks like.
Oh, I don't think people want to see all that. That's too much. He just showed behind the curtain.
Yeah, literally. But there is no curtain.
Oh man.
Okay, you're gonna have to fix that.
They know how the sausage is made now. I mean, you just got a lot less glamorous in here.
Did it?
Yeah,
I mean, it's a 7-Eleven
I've showed
studio.
people the studio before
Yeah.
that have only seen the show, and they were very disappointed. They're like, what is this? I mean, it's a train wreck in here.
This is fantastic.
Yeah, this is great.
Yeah.
I got no problem with this. Baby Yoda, you got the dinosaurs, the old-timey phones, some Ninja Turtles. But this?
We're still working on this.
We're still working on this.
Yeah.
You know.
It's a work in progress.
So I have something to admit to you.
Okay.
I'm not proud of this, but this is what I've been doing for this last week. So we've got some friends that we've watched the Great British Baking Show with before. And as you know, of course,
Fantastic show.
there's a new season.
Yeah.
And
they replaced
They replaced the little short
the
girl
chick.
with some bald,
Yeah.
he not only seems to be bald, but seems to be hairless. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't think he has eyebrows or eyelashes.
I don't like that.
He seems to be. He reminds
He's
me of
probably
somebody.
not a mammal.
No,
Because mammals have hair.
He reminds me of somebody that's like on a murder mystery show. Like he's the guy. He's like a serial killer.
Yeah.
But he shaves like every day, so he leaves no hair
DNA,
behind.
yeah.
You know, like that's his thing.
Yeah.
You know, this guy, I'd not be surprised at all if I found out that he was a serial killer. I did like the way he opened up the show when he messed up the Ready Set Bake.
Yeah.
That was funny. Made me laugh.
I just
a
saw
little bit.
the trailer for it.
Oh, you have not watched it?
No.
Well, anyway.
Has the whole season released, or is it
I
one a
think
week?
2 or 3 episodes.
Okay.
Have released.
See, we tend to binge that.
Yeah.
One a week is
I like a
tough.
1 a week thing. Like The Mandalorian. I like the way that is. Anyway.
Keep going.
So we said, hey, why don't you come over? We looked up online. First week is cake week. Second week is biscuit week. Nothing wrong with those two things.
No.
I'm a big fan of biscuit week.
English biscuits.
Yes. Bread week is when a lot of people get sifted out. That's
Yes.
when the cream rises to the top. Always. Whoever does well on bread week, you're like, this guy
'Cause
knows
you got to
what he's
let
doing.
the bread rise.
Listen, it's a timing thing.
It's a timing
It's not
thing.
just art. It is art. It's
Science. Yeah.
You know?
And if you don't believe in science, you're not going to be able to bake that bread.
And you're probably also voting for Trump, you know. So that's a joke.
But for real.
Yeah, I mean, you know, every humor has a little bit of. Anyway,
Keep going.
so we invite them over to the house,
Yeah.
and as you know, I think it's been at least 6 months. I think since we had Netflix,
Oh, yeah.
we got rid of it.
Did you get it back?
Not a political decision or anything. We just weren't watching it.
Yeah.
As much. And so I said, well, let's just get rid of it until we feel like we got to get it again. So Abby, my youngest, she's kind of excited about this. She's like, Dad, you know, we don't have Netflix.
Yeah.
So when they come over, we're not going to be able to watch it. And I said, okay, well, they have Netflix, honey. So we have the app. We can just log in with their
Right.
account and watch it. And,
Right.
you know. And so she was kind of disappointed about
Yeah.
that. Whatever.
You stayed logged in.
Yes. Well, here's what happened, and this is awkward. But so you, Stella stayed at our house.
Oh, you're on my Netflix.
I turned on Netflix, and it came up. I was looking for the login screen, and it came
Yeah.
up, but it was the icons were Jason and whatever the other ones were.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, why am I logged in on Jason's Netflix account?
Yeah.
And then I realized Stella must have logged in when she was at our house and didn't
never
log
logged
out.
Yeah.
So I've been watching Netflix on your account.
You know, I wondered because there were some things that popped up, like continue watching or like recently watched. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure nobody here watched that. See, that screws everything up.
I
Which
know.
profile
I
are you
feel
on?
bad about
Which
it.
profile?
Yours.
At minimum, go for Estelle's.
Okay.
I don't know why you're on mine. So now when I go to watch Great British Bake Off, it's going to assume Stella. The other day we were watching something and it was halfway through an episode. Do you remember that? Or was it with Teddy? And we're like, we haven't watched this yet.
Was
Why
it,
does it?
Was it Alone? Because I watched.
No,
all
it
of that.
wasn't Alone, but I saw that too. It was something else.
Was it The Last Dance, the Michael Jordan documentary?
That I saw that.
I've
on
been
there.
watching that.
Yeah, I saw that and I'm like, man, I wonder if I bet Harrison's watching it because I'm not.
Well, I've been availing myself.
This
to your
explains
Netflix.
quite a bit, actually. That explains
I've been
a lot.
availing myself to your Netflix account.
Yeah.
I felt bad about it. But not so bad that,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? And I was like, Netflix has got some good stuff right now. And I really wanted to watch.
We'll split it.
Here's what,
I think we pay like 24 a month, so you pay me 12.
Sure.
you
Here's
know.
what happened.
Yeah.
Well, that's how I
So
got
did
it
you
on.
sign out?
And then,
You signed out, right?
So what happened was I had all of the intentions in the world of signing out because I was nervous that they would be over at our house and then all of a sudden we get kicked off because you were watching it and too many people are on and you whatever.
Yeah.
So so I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna log out and then whatever. But after they left, I was like, oh, there's a season of Alone on here that I've never seen, and there's the Michael Jordan documentary. I was like, I really want to watch both of those things. So I'll just watch those. And so we ripped through the season of Alone, which was awesome. And now I'm about episode 3, I think, and there's 10 episodes of this Jordan documentary, and I really kind of want to finish it. So,
do I need to set you up your own profile?
I mean,
So we do the same thing with our sister with Disney Plus.
Oh, I see.
We were over there and we logged on, and they've been using it.
Yeah.
And we've been changing their kids.
Yeah.
Our niece and nephew.
Yeah.
They changed my profile.
Yeah, the icon.
The icon and the name.
Yeah.
And so I change it back. And one time I wrote...
can't you just see them just cracking up laughing like it's the funniest thing
the
ever?
last one I said, Josh stinks.
I'll bet they like that.
Yeah. And then it changed it back later, and it says Amy does not.
Oh.
So they're having fun with it.
Yeah, that's fun. Well, anyway.
You also use my Voodoo, correct?
Yes. I mean,
you have a lot of my stuff. My stuff gets shared among my whole family. None of my family shares anything with me.
I've got currently...
What do you share with me?
Nothing.
That's why I didn't get you a Starbucks.
I maybe could share... No, I couldn't share that.
I got Peacock TV. You want me to share that with you?
That would actually be pretty nice. Because I want to watch
Peacock
soccer.
Premium. Yeah, that's why I got it. It was $50.
A year.
For a year.
Yeah. We'll talk off air. So anyway.
Honestly, if you were just to pay me $100
okay,
every year,
okay,
I would let you subscribe to all my stuff.
all right.
Now, legally, that might be frowned upon.
I don't know. I feel like they've gotten to a place where they just know what everybody's
people are
doing.
gonna use.
And so they've just done it and like, yes, you're going to do it, but this way we know that, whatever.
I want to sublease an apartment.
Everybody does it.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody that I know, they say like, oh yeah, I'm using my brother's Disney thing. We get Hulu.
Yeah.
He gets that. Somebody else gets Netflix and somebody else gets Disney.
Right.
And then we all just share it with one another. I mean, I think that's pretty common.
Yeah.
And they know it's happening.
I think it should be okay for your family.
Yeah.
Like you're my brother and our sister.
Well, I got into a little hot water with the whole like YouTube TV thing because my father-in-law had it.
Yeah.
And so I just said, you got to share that to me. But then he got rid of it. And so I don't have it anymore, which is fine. But I wanted to be, then I thought, well, I'll set up my own, because I have YouTube Premium.
Right.
So I
But
thought,
you're on
I'll
his
set up
family.
my own Google Family thing.
Yeah.
And I was on his family. So I got out of his family. And then I went to set up my own family thing, but they wouldn't let me.
Why?
Google, I think they thought funny business was happening. And so it took me like 4 or 5 emails with Google and I don't know, all of those people.
Listen, I'm not part of my father-in-law's family anymore.
Yeah.
That's what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess.
Like, listen, Terry's my father-in-law. I'm not part of his family.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. So we worked it out and now we have YouTube Premium. So I brought all of that up because I've been watching something on Netflix. And
I don't know.
And I don't know what it was.
I'm not proud of it.
What's that?
You start off, I'm not proud of it.
Yeah.
The whole Netflix that you're using.
Yeah, but even that, I was going to say something else, but it doesn't
About
really
eating
matter.
donuts?
Yeah, maybe it was a Great British Baking Show thing. I don't know.
Biscuits,
So far,
bread.
it's been very good, very interesting, but I can't talk to you about it because you haven't seen it.
No,
so.
we're going to, but my in-laws are in town. Well, my mother-in-law, my sister-in-law, and their kids.
Yikes. That's a
So
lot.
I'll be going to bed early for the next couple nights.
Okay.
And tonight, I'm in no rush to get home either.
Okay.
So
I really like to watch this Jordan documentary to completion.
you
so.
can do it. Okay, so we're going to jump into the 3 and 3?
Yeah, let's do it.
I mean, we're kind of
What's
already
your
halfway
first
in,
thing?
right? So Teddy comes up with strange sayings or questions. And I started writing them down. So I've got 2 that I want to discuss tonight. So this is...
And how many of those sentences have the word just in it? Because he's always
Actually,
like...
neither of these.
He always like, I just want to know, I just wondered...
It's a qualifying statement.
Could you
yeah.
just...
Yeah.
What if you just...
He likes his just. He's gotten away from it a little bit.
Okay.
So these are 2 Teddyisms, questions that he asked me as we're watching TV. He said, could dogs wear contacts?
I feel like they could.
I feel like they could too.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know how you would get the right prescription lens.
I guess there's your problem right there.
So, I mean, obviously they could wear a physical contact. If your dog, Boomer,
yeah.
was having a hard time seeing,
Yeah.
you could easily put a contact in him,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
But you wouldn't know if he's nearsighted or farsighted.
and you wouldn't know if maybe something got underneath it and it was just irritating him.
Oh,
like
yeah.
it'd be there. I think are a lot of reasons why you wouldn't do that, but I think just the eyeball, like the function of the eyeball, I think you could.
Yeah. I'd like to see a dog wear glasses before I wear contacts.
A dog wear glasses.
Come on. Like wrapped
Who
around
doesn't
his
like
head?
a dog with glasses?
Yeah.
On?
It'd
It's
be
a wonderful
fantastic.
thing. Yeah.
So I thought that wasn't dogs wearing contacts. There might be a market for that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Maybe Teddy's a genius.
We'll find out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so this is the other one. Would you rather be invisible forever or float forever?
So I'm immortal in both of these scenarios.
I guess he didn't qualify that.
I
Let's
mean,
just say your
forever.
natural life
Okay. All right.
until the day you die.
Float?
Yeah,
What
so
is-
I see this is the weird part. Because I asked him, I said, "You mean fly?"
Mm-hmm.
He goes, "No, like float, like you could never touch the ground.
Oh.
Like you're just floating. Like a ghost, hovering in
Can
the
I
air."
talk to people if I'm
Yeah.
in? Can I put on clothes and
Yeah, so I would think that if you put on clothes, then the clothes would be visible.
clothes and a mask?
Yeah,
and
if you want to do
some
that, yeah.
glasses and a hat. Most people might gloves. A lot
And then
of
if
people
you ever
wouldn't even
wanted
recognize.
to capitalize on the invisibility, you'd have
well,
to go
you have
naked.
chances all day to do that kind of
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah,
So you're
that'd
saying
be the time the invisibility would wear off. Like at that moment.
Yeah.
Like
I was promised forever.
So I can float.
Yeah, not fly.
I kind of just
Float.
hover.
You just kinda
float
hover.
around.
Yeah, you just float.
What propels me?
I guess you'd swim through the air, kind of.
I
Yeah,
know, swim through the air.
Yeah.
I'd take the invisible thing. I don't see the upside in the floating.
because I asked him. I said, "Well, what about like at night when you lay down in bed?" He goes,
Yeah.
"Well, you'd float above your bed,
Okay.
so you would just never touch the ground."
Okay.
Which could be cool.
I guess.
Invisibility would be cool too.
Does
What
that
if-
mean I can't touch? Does it mean that like no physical objects can get within like 3 feet of me
If you're floating,
if I'm always floating? Like, what if I strap my feet down or get some sort of super heavy shoes?
I think you'd float with the heavy shoes.
Even the heavy shoes
Yeah.
would make me float.
Okay, so what if I changed it and said you had to be invisible with the clothes? Like you could never be seen.
Oh, I see. Can
Yeah.
I be heard?
Yes. You can talk, communicate,
Everything else is the same.
but nobody could see you ever, no
nobody can
matter
see
if you're wearing clothes or not.
honestly, that's like a good scenario for me.
Dad, you home?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, can people smell me?
Yes.
Okay. So I still have to
That
shower.
could be fun.
Yeah. Listen. I'll take the floating thing sounds frustrating to me.
But if you're
I
invisible,
don't see the positive.
nobody would ever be able to see you ever. That would be tough.
Yeah. I don't know.
That'd be tough.
I'd be okay. I could live with this.
You'd scare the crap out of some people.
What if I pick up a guitar? Does the guitar become invisible?
Yeah.
So whatever I pick up, like my phone, when I pick it up,
Because
it becomes
you can't have
invisible.
a phone float in the air
So then I can't like navigate on my phone because I pick it up and it's invisible.
unless you can see the invisibility. Could you
Can
see
I
your
s-
hand if you're
That's a
invisible?
question.
I don't know. I've never considered that. I would say yes.
So I can what I pick up I can
Like
still
if you
see.
pick up a book.
So what if
there-
I do this? Now are you visible?
I didn't think
Or-
about that.
wait a
no,
minute.
I would be invisible.
You would be invisible,
But
you'd be visible to me.
you can see
but you would
everything.
so whatever I touch becomes invisible.
Yeah.
So I could make you invisible by touching you,
And the moment you let go,
and then what
I'm
you're
visible.
touching becomes invisible.
you get a chain reaction.
Is that what happens? So in this scenario,
I'd say 3 things deep.
3 things. So you and
The table.
the table.
Yeah.
And then that's okay. Yeah, I like the invisibility thing. I think it could pay off in a lot of ways. And the floating thing does not sound like fun to me. It sounds frustrating.
Teddy thought floating would be a good thing.
I think it'd be fun for a day, but the forever thing is
that's
forever's
tough.
a long time.
It is a long time.
So I'll take invisibility. Now, if you tell me I can't communicate with people, right, that I'm just like a ghost, I don't like that.
Yeah.
But if I can still communicate with people, I'll take the invisibility.
Okay.
All right. So our sister asked a question the other day that I thought was a great question. You ready for this? We will turn it into a Mount Rushmore.
Okay.
But the question was...
Was she asking to be on the show?
No. She does not want to be on the show, doesn't want people to know that we're related to her. She'd prefer
people
that we didn't
ask her, and she's like, I don't know who
prefer we didn't do it at all.
I think they're like distant cousins or something.
I don't know.
Yeah.
They're idiots, she's like, I'm Owens. They're Owings. So, she said, if you could hang out in any fictional TV, movie, restaurant, coffee shop, bar,
The Prancing Pony.
what would it be?
Prancing Pony.
Prancing Pony. I like the Prancing. So I actually like the Green Dragon because the Green Dragon is in the Shire.
Okay.
The Prancing Pony is in Bree.
Yes.
I'd rather hang out in the Shire.
I think that's right.
So for
Yeah.
me, that was a big one, was the Green Dragon.
Yeah.
You can drink your fancy ales. You can drink them by the flagon, but the only brew of the brave and true. Pippin comes from the Green Dragon.
Green Dragon's a good choice.
You impressed?
Yeah.
You impressed that I know that?
Yeah. I listened to The Hobbit yesterday.
It's okay.
It's not as good as the movie.
No. Oh, you listened to the book?
Yeah.
Oh, what was there a narrator or was it dramatized by multiple people?
No, it was one guy.
Okay.
Who it was dramatized.
Rob Inglis?
I can't remember. It doesn't matter.
The Rob Inglis version is the best.
It was
also
a BBC production. It was
Okay.
a BBC.
No.
Okay.
There's a narrator. His name is Rob Inglis. He did all the Lord of the Rings books. I have them on Audible. I might be able to share that with you. I don't know.
Like I don't care.
I've already lost interest. But he's the best. But no, the Hobbit. I like the Hobbit a lot. You didn't like it.
I didn't care for it. I felt like it moved too fast.
It does move fast. Well, especially in comparison to 3 movies, which they turned it into.
I liked the 3 movies.
I hated the 3 movies, and I love the book.
See, I never read the book, so my only experience.
I think that's a big deal. Whatever you experience first.
It moved very quickly.
Yeah, it does move quick.
I feel like it could have slowed down a little bit. Today, I listened to Star Trek Captain to Captain, book 1 of 3 in the Legacy series.
Brings up one of my...
Are you done talking about...
No, we're not done, because we're still doing fictional restaurants.
Places. Okay.
10 Forward.
Ooh, yeah. With
So if
Guinan.
you don't know, 10 Forward is where it's the bar slash restaurant, whatever, of the Starship Enterprise.
Yes.
So you go to 10 Forward. And for me, 10 Forward is definitely on the list. I want to go to 10 Forward, sit down by the space wall, the
checkers, the space chess.
Yeah, space.
The 3.
Yeah, and by a window where I can look out. You know what I mean? Like 10 Forward is definitely up on the list for me.
Yeah.
So
is there a fictional bar in Sherlock? Does he frequent a place?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Hangs out at his apartment a lot.
Yeah.
And I don't think he goes to a place. Cheers.
Yeah.
Would be a big one for me.
Yeah, I actually don't care that much about that. The restaurant in Seinfeld?
Yeah, it's they don't say it a lot, but the name of it is you said it too fast. It's the coffee shop. A lot of times they say coffee, just the coffee shop.
Seinfeld.
It's too late. You already said it too fast. Okay. It's named after a guy. It's like,
yeah, it doesn't matter.
Well, now it kind of does matter to me. So Seinfeld restaurant. No. Oh. Monk's Cafe.
I wouldn't have known.
So that's one. But it's honestly like there's 2 questions. Is like, because that coffee shop.
Could you hang out with Jerry? If you,
Well, yes, that's the question.
Yeah.
I mean, am I just going and sitting down at just a regular coffee shop, or can I at least be in the booth next to them? You know what I mean? Am I living in that world, or am I just going to the restaurant? Either way, the Green Dragon is up on the list.
It is up on the
Either way,
list.
10 Forward is up on the list. There's Mos Eisley Cantina.
Dun, 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 dun.
That would be a big one.
Yeah.
For me,
Although you could die.
yes.
People die there all the time.
I don't. What does he say? He doesn't like you. Is that what he said? I don't like you.
And I don't like you either.
So I like that one as a mention. For me, a big one is Cafe Nervosa. So, which is where Frasier drinks coffee. So,
Yeah.
I'd love to go to Cafe Nervosa, sit down with Frasier and Niles Crane and talk about coffee. So, but there's some more too. Do you have any other thoughts? I thought you would just have a million different suggestions.
It's a brand new idea. Honestly, the Shire, that's probably where I want to go.
Mm-hmm. Another one would be, well, you don't watch Parks and Rec.
No.
Okay. And I was trying to think, there's not really one, like the biggest restaurant in the Office would be Chili's, because they go to Chili's for the Dundies.
Yeah.
I feel God in this Chili's. Yeah, there's a restaurant in Parks and Rec called Paunch Burger, which I'd love to go to. Oh, here's a good one. Arnold's Drive-In and Happy Days.
Oh, that would be a good one.
That's a pretty good one.
The Fonz.
Because they hang out there all the time.
They do hang out there all the time.
Central Perk, Friends.
No.
I just hate Friends. So, yeah, Cafe Nervosa,
Both the show and
Cheers, some things I don't know. Apparently, I'm not a Harry Potter guy, but they're saying the Three Broomsticks.
Yeah, I
don't know what that is.
don't know.
Gaston's from Beauty and the Beast.
Gaston.
Oh, here's a good one. Krusty Krab. Hang out at the Krusty Krab. Yeah, I don't think there's...
Were you going to Mount Rushmore that?
Yeah, I want to Mount Rushmore it, is what I want to do.
Okay.
So I want to get everything thrown out there so that way we're, informed. They said the Chocolate Factory, but that's not a restaurant. That's a factory. Okay. All right. I think we've got a good list going.
Okay. So I think the Cheers bar has to be there.
Yeah. As
Right.
a Mount, because the whole show is based around, it's one of the
It's
biggest
a bar show.
comedies of all time.
Yeah.
And the whole show is based around this one location.
Right.
So if you're talking about Mount Rushmore, it definitely belongs on there.
It definitely belongs on that list. I think the Lord of the Rings deserves a spot.
Agreed.
So Prancing Pony is...
The Green Dragon, Prancing Ponies and Brie.
Yeah. I'm okay with either. I think Prancing Pony is more well known. Although I would
They
rather
say
hang
it more.
Yeah.
But they're actually, I don't think at it. They're just at it the once.
Yeah.
And they're at the Green Dragon at the beginning of the movie and at the end of the movie.
Okay.
So
Green Dragon.
It's where
I'm okay with
Rosie-
Green
it's
Dragon.
where Rosie works. She had ribbons in her hair. So let's say the Green Dragon.
Okay,
And
Green
Cheers. What else you got? I'd say Monk's Coffee Shop, like the Seinfeld coffee shop.
It's pretty iconic.
It's pretty iconic, and
Yeah.
a lot of the show does revolve around that coffee shop.
And you're not going to like it, but not our favorites. We hate it, but Central Perk. It evolved. Half the show
Yeah,
is
but
at the...
I mean, they just stole that idea. Everything they stole. They just did Seinfeld with better looking people, and then just called it a
Wait, better looking people?
Well,
Jason Alexander? Kramer?
and then just did more of a romantic storyline to it.
Yeah.
It's
pretty iconic.
I'd like to leave that off if we
Okay.
could.
Okay.
I mean, if we're talking
Krusty Krab.
iconic, Krusty Krab.
Yeah.
What about Moe's Tavern? Simpsons.
Moe's. That's pretty iconic.
That's pretty iconic.
So what's the list?
Green Dragon, Cheers,
Yeah.
Seinfeld, and Moe's Tavern?
Yes.
So we're going to leave 10 Forward off this list. I mean, for us, 10 Forward belongs on the list, but I don't know if we're doing Mount Rushmore, if we can put 10 Forward on the list. I mean, I desperately want to go to 10 Forward and have a drink with Dr. Beverly Crusher. Just to get some medical advice.
Yeah. I think Moe's is probably more iconic.
What does it say about me as a person that I'm getting older, that the person I want to have a drink with at 10 Forward is the mother of a teenager? You know? I mean, that means I'm getting old. You know?
Beverly Crusher.
I mean, she's Beverly Crusher, though.
Come on.
You know.
What are we talking about?
She probably had him young, you know. Moe's, you want to add Moe's to the list and not 10 Forward?
Yeah.
It feels like we might be missing something.
I'm sure.
But
It's fine.
No?
Okay. So my second thing.
Okay, well, just blow past my thing.
Well, we're running out of time, Dan. We've got 52 minutes, and we're already over halfway there.
You got important stuff you got to talk about?
Maybe.
Okay.
Okay. Do you watch TV and movies with closed captioning?
Depends.
Okay. So 90% of the time I do.
Oh, 90% of the time I don't.
Okay. The only time I really don't is if it's sports.
Okay.
Because they're doing, baseball batting averages and scores and things are popping up. There's enough visual content that you can stay involved. Any movie or any TV show, I always have closed captioning.
Yeah.
Especially British stuff.
Well, yeah, for me, if it's like British stuff, not always, but if it's like Irish based and they're, really
It's thick.
strong
Yeah.
accents and they're talking quick or there's quiet parts, I'll turn the other time I'll turn subtitles on is if it's late and the kids are sleeping and it's a movie that's got like a lot of quiet parts and loud parts and it like goes back and forth, then I'll have subtitles on because I don't want it to get too loud.
So here's what I strongly desire. I wish you watched more of it because it's going to change the conversation a little bit, but I strongly desire for closed captioning to have an option for smart closed captioning where it doesn't show crickets chirping.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Ominous music. Cupboard opening. We watched one the other side. It said glove box closing, like the sound of the glove box closing.
I don't want.
I want smart closed captioning.
You just want voice, the words,
dialogue.
Yeah,
that's it.
Sometimes they give stuff away. It's like murderer or hiding. You're like, I didn't know.
Yeah,
and that's not even a sound. I mean, hiding is not even a. Why would you even say that?
Murderer rustling through the bushes.
What? Yeah,
What?
exactly.
Nobody's died yet.
Exactly.
They're
I knew the rustling, but you didn't have to tell me it was the murderer.
No, I strongly desire a smart closed captioning with dialogue only.
Okay.
Because I don't like ominous music. Let me decide if it's ominous or not.
I'd like more control over the way it looks too, because every closed captioning, like every streaming service, does it a little bit different.
Yeah,
and I want to be in charge of the font, the color, where it's placed.
Yes,
all that stuff.
Would you like it isolated, like bottom, or how would you do it?
Well, that's a good question,
not counting
Jason.
font. Font we want square.
Yeah,
some variety, right?
Obviously,
some type of Arial.
Of course,
okay,
Arial.
that's fine. Large enough where you can read it. Not super small, not super big.
I want it to be white
with a black background.
Yes,
absolutely. 100% dead on. Placement on the screen. How would you do it?
Well, hopefully, in a perfect world, it's widescreen with the black bar, like you know what I mean, and you just put it down underneath there.
Yeah,
and then that's great. But if it's got to be on the thing, I mean, bottom, middle.
Universal bottom, middle every time.
Yeah.
Would you care for if this person's talking?
Oh, sure.
There, and if this person's talking here.
I mean, I wouldn't fight it. I don't care really about it.
Yeah.
I mean, I can figure it out.
Yeah.
So.
I also don't like live TV closed captioning.
Well, that's a difficult thing
because it's sometimes. Like if the governor, Mike DeWine, is doing a speech.
He was in our great city of Marion today.
Was, which is why I brought it up.
Harding home.
But if he's talking, someone's typing it or a computer's doing it, sometimes it gets like behind.
Yeah.
And he's talking 3 sentences ahead of the closed caption.
What a lot of pressure
that messes me
as
up.
a job, just to be like, to know you're falling further and further behind.
Do you think
trying to catch
person's doing it or is it a computer?
I just assume it's a person, but you're probably right.
When I was a kid, I used to think people were at huge monitors, like in a studio somewhere, and controlling every traffic light.
Oh,
like
really?
they would see cars.
Oh, let's
like
get this guy. This guy's
like
going
a
through.
car comes up and stops. Okay, look, we got to flip the green arrow.
Yeah.
Off. I thought that was like a job.
Would you like that job?
I think I could do that job.
Seems like a lot of pressure to me. I mean,
Well, it depends how many TVs you're watching.
if I only have to watch one intersection,
Four.
4?
Yeah,
Depends on how busy. I mean, if 4 in rush hour, if they're really busy, that's a lot of pressure.
that is.
And if I do something messed up and wrong, and then there's a wreck, I don't think I can handle that.
Go to the bathroom and have to all yellow, like yellow flashers. I'll be back in a few minutes.
So I'm playing a game on my phone, like somebody's walking in. Oh man,
Closed captioning. That's my second thing. I wish more people did it.
okay. Jason, now we're not a political show
No.
by nature. We'll mention political things, but if you want politics, go to the Daily Wire. Go to
Glenn Beck.
yeah,
Rush Limbaugh.
If you're liberal, go to what's a really good liberal
That's
like
an oxymoron.
political
yeah, no, there's none.
podcast.
Yeah, none. Is Cooper Anderson? Does he have a podcast?
Oh my gosh, what an idiot! All right,
Liberal scumbag.
I mean that guy, but we don't get political. We don't
No.
even let you know what our political views are.
All we're gonna say
Mhm.
is that we just want America to be great again.
Is that not a statement that we can all agree
Every
with?
American on the planet should want America great.
Also, you say America used to be great? Is that
Yeah.
what you're saying?
And we want
What if I disagree? What if I think we're a patriarchal hierarchy that is racist and misogynistic?
you have a lot of hate in you.
So we're not going to get political.
Stick it to the man.
So, but so the Trump Biden debate
Yeah.
was last week
Yeah.
or earlier this week.
It was a disaster.
It was a
Did you
train
watch
wreck.
it?
It was a crap.
Yeah.
So I watched 10 minutes of it and I just couldn't take it. I just
Yeah.
turned it off. I was like, I'll just watch a recap of it tomorrow. My blood started to boil.
Yeah.
I watched the last of the Pence-Harris debate
Yeah.
and I only saw the last like 2 questions and she is so stinking condescending.
Yes.
Those looks that she's like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? That
I
she's giving him
can't
the whole time.
stand
Like
her.
her. And he's just, I appreciated him.
I like
thought-
Mike Pence.
Did you watch it?
I did.
I
watched the first half.
So the last question,
I didn't see the last one.
I thought he answered it so well. First of all, it was from an 8th grader. She's like, I'm going to ask a question. All these questions I've come up with myself. Yeah. We all know that you came up with the questions. It was 2-on-1 all night.
Yeah.
So she's like, but this last question's submitted from an 8th grader in, Muskogee, Wisconsin or something, And the whole question was, there's so much fighting, everybody, and everybody hates each other. Why is it like that? Or, why? What are you going to do to stop all of the disagreement, you know? And they gave Pence the first question or the first shot at it. And I thought his answer was really good. Basically, he said there's disagreements. We're based upon, we're a people who disagree. It's what we do. We argue, but then we have fair elections and then somebody wins and then we're all united, So we're not going to stop this, this debating, And of course, Kamala Harris didn't even really address the question.
Yeah.
She just pandered to it. You know what I mean? It's just so good that you're interested in politics, And as a woman myself, like really, you're a woman. We didn't know,
Yeah.
Thank you. Anyway, we don't get political here.
No.
We don't. Nobody even knows what we think
yeah.
about politically.
Yeah.
Did I vote for? I voted. I've written in Ross Perot for the last 20 years.
Yeah.
That's what I do.
Yeah.
I don't think he's with us anymore. Is he?
I think he's gone.
Oh man, can I get a minute?
He's singing with the angels.
I liked Ross.
Yeah.
So the next debate, they want to add a mute button. What do you think about that?
I'm okay. So many, many years ago, there used to be, I think it was the Bush. I'm trying to remember what year it was. I remember they had a debate where there was a countdown clock.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was like a yellow light
Mm-hmm.
and then like a red light.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like green, you can talk for 2 minutes. Yellow light, you've got 15 seconds.
Yeah.
Red light, you're done.
Yeah, and your mic shuts off?
I don't think they shut the mic off, but it was like this visual for them to see. So if you're talking, you're addressing the camera, and your green light,
So the person doesn't have to say 15 seconds more, Mr. President.
Yes, stop it with that.
Yeah.
The moment the yellow light comes on, you have 15 seconds.
And then red lights, and you're done.
You're done.
I'm okay with shutting the mic off.
I'm okay with it too. Actually, you know what? I think it'd be fantastic for Trump because shut Trump's mic off when Biden's talking and let him run his mouth and get in Biden's head as Biden's trying to answer these questions. I think that'd be fantastic.
Yeah. Well, I'm all for it.
Yeah.
I just, the whole shouting over each other,
Well,
I don't like
can't-
it.
Yeah.
I don't like it when anybody does it, but I also see that if it's being done to you, the other person is kind of forced to play along. Because if you have two people and one of them is being rude and the other one's being polite, the polite one's going to get run over. And so you kind of have to punch back a little bit.
So here was my thought. I actually tweeted Trump and he didn't respond to me.
What?
Here's what I think
He
ought
was
to do.
busy. He's had the virus.
I know,
Jason.
but look, what else is he doing? He's in the hospital.
He
reading
beat-
tweeters.
he beat it.
tweeters.
That's
tweets.
what I love about
He
Trump.
beat it,
He's like,
yeah.
the virus doesn't exist anymore.
I beat it.
I conquered it. I sent it back to China.
We're going to take my plasma and everybody's going to get some. My plasma is going to heal the planet. I've got the best plasma. Nobody has plasma like
tremendous
I.
plasma.
Tremendous plasma. No, I think Trump.
Oh my gosh.
I think Trump needs to have a little sign, and every time Biden says something that Trump disagrees with, he ought to hold it up, and it ought to just say "fake news," "fake news,"
Yeah.
"fake news."
Yeah, I like that.
"Fake news," and then he doesn't even have to say a
Well, the
word.
camera won't go to him,
No, listen, it will.
You think so?
People will go
Did you
nuts.
see there was a fly on Pence's head?
I didn't see that.
Some memes are coming out today.
Well, he's probably
First of all, his hair is as white as it can be.
Yeah.
And so this fly lands on his head, and you just can't miss it. You know what I mean? So people made a big deal about it.
yeah.
Also, there's words in the background on the back of the screen, and there was one point where you have a split screen, where the cameras are just the right angle, where it looks like it says the word PP when the two words are together, which I really enjoyed. So, did I even do?
I don't even know what you're doing. We're out of time.
Netflix, watch these shows.
We get all these things to talk about.
Well, we can
Netflix, or maybe Hulu
not
Plus. Netflix, watch these shows with us.
Is that good?
It's better.
Netflix, or maybe Hulu Plus.
that good?
Or maybe Amazon Prime or something like
You're
that,
embarrassing
like
your daughter.
YouTube. We don't want
hard
to
to
put a
do.
box around what you watch, so you never know.
What time is your acting class? 8 o'clock? All right, we got to leave in about 5 minutes. This is working out just fine.
Yeah.
I got to take her to acting class, but we've only got 3 minutes left.
She's experiencing acting class right now.
I know. Like, I should be saving on the money. Just
Yeah.
come to this.
Just come to
You'll be
this.
fine.
Stella's been going to acting class for weeks now. And what is your Netflix suggestion of the week?
My Netflix suggest.
You're disgusting.
What?
Keep going.
That was obviously Stella. That was not me. You always do your Netflix suggestion of the week first.
Yeah.
And the music ends. I say, Jason, what's your Netflix suggestion of the week?
Teddy and I have been watched 2 seasons of The New Legend of Monkey. And it's about a guy. He's the Monkey King. And the Monkey King is a god who was trapped in a mountain for like 1,000 years. And he comes back to life, and they're fighting demons. It's
Netflix original?
I don't know if it is or not. Probably not, because it's not that good. but it's-
you're making it your Netflix
it's
suggestion of the
PG.
week.
Teddy liked it a lot.
Okay.
It reminds me a lot of if they tried to make a Power Rangers minus the Power Ranger.
So what is that?
It's like just guys fighting
Oh,
each
we
other.
missed something.
What?
the restaurant?
Yeah.
Saved by the Bell. I don't know the name of that place, but wherever they go,
oh yeah,
Saved by the Bell,
yeah,
there's
I
like a
forgot
little
about that.
restaurant they go to.
Yeah, I wouldn't go there.
All right.
I mean, maybe to see Kelly Kapowski.
That's Kelly Kapowski.
But come on.
Yeah.
Legend of Monkey.
All right.
It's a solid C+.
I believe it.
Yeah.
My Netflix suggestion of the week. I mean, Jason, I'm so tempted. If it were not for the use of your Netflix,
Yeah.
my Netflix suggestion of the week would definitely be Frasier, because that's what I've been watching.
You got to stop it. People want to hear
I
something
love
else.
Frasier.
You already said that you watched Alone on my Netflix.
Yeah.
And the Michael Jordan doc.
That's my Netflix suggestion. It's called The Last Dance.
Yeah.
Camera crew followed him around for the last season, so there's some random words that are dropped that are inappropriate, but it's really a great documentary. I've been loving it and making me feel very nostalgic about the 90s, although he just beat the Cavs, and that made me mad. But
Would it kick Craig Elo?
yeah, when he kicked Craig Elo in the head. So that's my suggestion. It's 10 episodes long. I'm like 3 in, and I've been enjoying it. So there it is.
It's pretty good.
I've liked it.
When I go back and watch stuff about Jordan, I continue to think, how can he not be considered the best?
He was great. But I'll tell you that it's given me a better appreciation for Scottie Pippen.
Yeah, they talk Pippen up a lot.
Well, I mean, you start to look at it and you start to realize he's better than I thought he was. He's great. All right. Well, that's a show. This is Dan signing off for Jason, reminding you to always keep your stick on the ice and never wear the blue sweats.
Sit, boo-boo, sit.
Good dog. I have spoken.